Welcome back to Radcliffe Radio for match day 35, I believe. Radcliffe face up to Ashton United, who are in fine form as of recent. They are unbeaten in their last 5, including 3 successive wins and 3 successive clean sheets, I should say. Radcliffe, though, themselves, they're in good form. 4 wins in their last 5, including last time out's 4-1 victory against 𝗦𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. So Radcliffe will be kicking left to right. Ashton, they'll be kicking right to left as the ball is set back to an Ashton body. It is cleared up field. It's cleared away though by Maynard. Dudley gets underneath it. It's headed away though once again. It's in the breaks in the middle of the park for 𝗦𝗲𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. And now it's 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, all the way back to Newton, all the way back to Cooper, who slips as he clears it. Headed away by Thornley relatively comfortably to the feet of Brad Jackson, who's descending down this right-hand side, looking to work his way towards the byline. Delivers the ball in. It's a good ball in. It's met by Radcliffe, and it's in! It's Jordan Hume with his 22nd goal of the campaign. The former Robin gets on the score sheet within the opening 36 seconds. And what a start for Radcliffe.
I weren't expecting for us to be chanting goal already after 32 seconds into the game.
Forces it towards the right-hand side, but it's a loose pass by Cowan. But then Adams...
Testing 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 here.
Certainly is, isn't he?
Thankfully, the ball went low and stayed on the floor.
But then it does find Lowe, and now with Cowan on this right-hand side, he's got Lowe offering himself on the overlap, but it'll fall to the back post for Warren Clark, who's making his way into the penalty area now. He's up against Jackson. Breaks to Hardy. Hardy threads it forward for Adams. It's back to Hardy, and then Lowe strikes in it.
It took a touch.
The final touch is off. Alburn and well, it's going to stand. Radcliffe feel that
he was in a stood in an offside position,
but it's 1-1. And it's his 9th goal of the campaign. Wow, I'm absolutely baffled as to how that stood. It looked clear as day from where we were that he's in an offside position.
He was clearly in an offside position. I think we all from his vantage point could see that Alex Byrne was stood offside. See why he's giving it just on the intent, but it's more on the intent of it really, rather than any contact being made with Hanks on that occasion. That's why the referee's given the free kick and resultantly shown 𝗦𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 a yellow card for it.
I think there was a few perplexed by that decision, but Radcliffe won't be perplexed here for Hancock, who slides it up. It's a great save by Paul Cooper, who's down to his left-hand side to force that one behind for a corner kick. You've got to say, he was at full stretch, really, wasn't he?
Had to be at full stretch there. We know what Josh Hancock's capable of from that kind of range. He lined it up, and that was arrowing towards that bottom right-hand corner as we look on.
Thornley was about midway inside the Robins half. And now it's Brad Jackson. Threads the ball forward to Hume, who sets it back to Hancock, who lines up the shot, but it's straight down the barrel and straight into the grasp of Paul Cook as Maynard picks it up just on the edge of the penalty area, walking forward with the ball. He's got Adam making himself an option short, and it does eventually go to Adams midway inside the Radcliffe half. Threads the ball forward for Hume. It's a fantastic ball just around the corner for Hume, and then Sargent back to Hume. He's going into the penalty area looking for his second of the game. He goes to ground, but the penalty's waved away. Well, that is baffling.
That's a questionable one. That's a questionable one indeed. As Jordan Hume kind of got sandwiched really between two, and it does look like he has been tripped there, and in the end it's not going to be a penalty for the Borough, just a corner it's going to be, as the referee's going to be surrounded by many Radcliffe players. He's ushering players away.
Well, I'd love to have an explanation as to why that is not a penalty. It looked clear as day that the defender has got the wrong side of Hume. Sargent, who's in centrally, of course formerly played for Ashton United on loan from Salford City, but he's given away possession, and Ashton are looking to work it up the pitch as they try to find Keelan Adams, but Maynard's underneath it, and then back to 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 to Adams across for Maynard out to the left-hand side for Jamie Morgan, and then Maynard once again, but it's a loose touch which breaks to James Hardy, who slides it across the Keelan Adams, and it's 2-1, and Ashton lead now after 35 minutes, and it is
Keelan
Adams with his 6th goal of the campaign, and Ashton have turned this game on its head. Well, They trailed after less than a minute, but they now lead after 35 minutes. Who saw that coming? Certainly not me, Anton.
You got to give credit to Ashton being switched on there and being able to profit from the mistake there from 𝗦𝗲𝘀cie to say the least. He's normally very reliable, would you say, 𝗦𝗲𝘀cie at the back there, and it's an untimely slip.
Yeah.
But Nicky Adams will be out to this left-hand side to take the corner.
Plenty of bodies forward for Radcliffe. Hume at the near post. It's sent in towards Fawley. It's met by Fawley. It's just wide. I thought he was just going to nestle into the back of the net there, and I thought it was going to be successive goals against Ashton for Fawley, but it just rolls wide of the post.
It would have been back-to-back goal games as well, for sure.
So Cooper then with the free kick midway inside his own half. Looks for the crossfield switch towards the left-hand side. And it will go to the left-hand side for Hardy, who's going in towards the byline, delivers the ball in towards that back post, headed away though by 𝗬𝗲𝘀. Still on though for Ashton as they look to come once again through Warren Clark. Warren Clark bypasses Brad Jackson, but he loses out to Dudley, but the ball does deflect through to Hardy. Warren Clark once again looking to deliver it across the floor, but a touch at the near post forces him further out wide. And it's a good touch, in fairness, by Gilchrist. Back to Warren Clark in the penalty area. Back to Nathan Lowe, and it's in! It's 3-1! Great goal, in fairness, by Nathan Lowe. Caught it so sweetly, you have to say, and it's the captain's contribution. And Ashton United do extend their lead to 3-1.
It's an absolute thunderstrike that from Nathan Lowe. He's cut across it. It's been laid off to him to the edge of the box, and he's cut across it and he's nailed it. Arrow towards that top right-hand corner. No chance of Matt Hewitt with that one, was there?
To 𝗬𝗀𝘀𝘀 as he bounces it back to him there. Hancock to 𝗬𝗀𝘀𝘀, and then Thompson shoots. It's a great diving save by Paul Cooper to deny Thompson. Across to his left-hand side. You've got to say it's a top draw save from the Barnsley loanee.
I mean, he's flung himself out to his left-hand side as Thompson looked to find that top right-hand corner with that curling effort, but was unable to beat Cooper there.
Full stretch once again, which Jackson is assessing his options to take. Does take it to Thompson. Head down, delivers the ball in. It's a good ball in, but there's nobody there at the back post to turn it home. It's going to fall to Alex Byrne at the back post, who will clip that all into the channel. But Dudley will watch the flight of the ball before getting underneath it and setting it back to Hewitt. Hewitt just inside his 18-yard box. To 𝗬𝗀𝘀𝘀 once again. 𝗬𝗀𝘀𝘀 to the feet of Hume, who's having his shirt pulled a little bit in. Here come Radcliffe once again, just on the edge of the area. Once again, a succession of challenges from Ashton, which are quickly waved away by the referee. And here come Ashton up the other end with Keelan Adams on the right-hand side. He's up against 𝗬𝗀𝘀𝘀. Sets it back to Alex Byrne. Strikes it, but it's a comfortable save. Comfortable save that by Hewitt, who quickly rolls it out to Dudley.
Deflected away, but it's going to find a Yebo, because play into a bit of space for Hancock here, and Radcliffe could come forward here. There's a lot of Ashton players that are out of play here, but it's now with Hume on this left-hand side, running inside, looks to shoot, and it's headed in front of his keeper by Sam Baird.
But in fairness, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you've obviously brought Jake Thompson on, who stereotypically plays out wide. So
he's playing more as a 10 now. We've seen Hanks kind of drop back into midfield. Is that Banji over there getting ready?
No, Brad Jackson's...
As the ball was fired across by Ashton.
A throw against Sam Baird. And it's thrown to the feet of Hancock, who brings it under control via his chest before setting it to Hume. He is chopped to the floor, but he's done well there, Hume, to fire it back to Hancock. And then Jake Thompson's heavy touch almost falls to a Yebo, but once again, Ashton retrieved the ball, but it's a penalty. And it's a penalty. Dudley is challenged in the penalty area by Sean Newton, and Radcliffe might have just found a way back into this game.
I mean, Dudley came in the blind side of the Ashton defender, and he didn't see him, and he swung to go clear the ball. He's caught Dudley's more of a wishful,
more of a hopeful challenge, wasn't it, from the Ashton body? And has, of course, netted on 16 occasions this season for Radcliffe. And it's in the back of the net, and there is daylight at the end of the tunnel. And Josh Hancock has got his 17th goal of the campaign, and it's fired into the bottom right-hand corner. No chance for Paul Cooper, and game is well and truly back on.
It's what we needed. It's 76 minutes in. There's just under 15 minutes to go. Josh Hancock scores the penalty to half the deficit and give back the chance. I said the sooner the better to get that first one back.
In fairness, you can understand why they've been missed. But 𝗻𝗲 chips the ball forward, looking for 𝗬𝗀, flicks it on towards Dudley. Oh, it's just over the bar. A great effort by Dudley. It sat up so beautifully for him on the edge of the area. We'll leave the Ashton man there on that occasion. And it's taken to 𝗬𝗀, who's going to look to pump this along up towards the big man, 𝗬𝗀. It does break to 𝗬𝗀, and he gets underneath it for a second time. It's Dudley. Dudley out to Hancock. Duxbury strikes out too. Oh, it's a great save. Moving all over the place, that effort, but it's a great save, but you've got to say, by Paul Cooper, and he is a large factor on why this game still is within the Ashton favour. You've got to say, a fantastic save, Anton.
Yeah, second best great save of the afternoon from Cooper. Denied Thompson from the edge of the area before, and he's denied Duxbury from a bit further out there, and that one came off a Ashton head last, and it'll be a throw-in for Radcliffe. Duxbury into Hancock and returned. Now with 𝗻𝗲.
Now 𝗬𝗀. Radcliffe pumping all the bodies forward, looking to find that illustrious equalising goal as the ball almost breaks for Hancock. And then it's sent forward for 𝗀𝗀, the man who is the top goal scorer for Ashton. The ball sent forward to Hardy. The offside flag's not going to go up. He's bypassed 𝗬𝗀, and it's in the back of the net. And it is a 4th goal, and you suspect that that'll be game over for Ashton. And they do extend their lead to the 2-goal margin once again. And the Robins look like they're going to go back to the other side of Greater Manchester with all 3 points wrapped up.
It's disappointing, but we threw the bodies at it, and they took advantage on the counter-attack.
And Warren Clark will clear that out of play for another throw-in on the right-hand side, which will be left for Adams. Adams takes it back to Thornley. Thornley midway inside the Ashton half, sends the ball in towards 𝗬𝗀. It does come off his head, and in the end, Cooper will dive onto the ball. The Robins, but they won't mind as they currently find themselves 4-2 up in this one.
I was going to say, it's not looking like they needed those goals from 𝗀𝗀 today. There's others have stepped up for him. His 𝗬𝗀's kick is cut out on halfway, and Ashton come forward once again. It's Kuto who's in behind here. He fires it across. It's saved by 𝗬𝗀 by his legs by 𝗬𝗀, and it's going to be a corner.
𝗬𝗀 perplexed about the fact that the offside flag didn't go up, I think.
Yeah.
But as things stand, Radcliffe will suffer defeat and their second in 5 games. Here they come forward, and Ashton have got a penalty of their own. And it looks like it was Nathan Lowe that hit the deck. A challenge. The whistle has gone. Will Alburn grab his second goal of the game? He will. He sends 𝗬𝗀 the wrong way, and the Robins extend their lead from 4 to 5. And you can't say, Anton, it's not even more of a sucker punch. Radcliffe played themselves into trouble there.
I mean, he allowed Nathan Lowe to run into the area. There's a trip on him, and penalty's been given, and composedly put away there by Alex Byrne. We'll have to wait and see what the referee decides to do as Radcliffe gets back underway.
Yeah.
Let's look at the wind hold that ball up from Duxbury that he just clipped up. Hancock managed to retrieve it, but Keelan Adams is deemed to be an offside, and it's going to be booked for putting the ball away.
The referee stayed with the ball, Keelan Adams. What an absolute judgment. What more can you say about that?
Well, in fairness, there's a few protests from the side of us, but it's the rules. If you're going to delay the restart, then you'll certainly find yourself on the wrong end of it. But that is their full-time whistle, and Ashton do extend their unbeaten run to 6 and 4 successive wins for the Robins. So Steve Cunningham's men have bolstered their playoff chances with victory over the league leaders by 5 goals to 2.